Unfolding and results of the Spirit of God. Laws of nature. Lawgiver. BD0782 from February 20, 1939, taken from book number 16. The Spirit from God unfolds to its highest bloom in the human being when all thinking is exclusively turned towards the eternal deity, for then there are no limits set to the Spirit of God and it can be fully active, i.e., it can also make itself felt in perpetual spiritual instruction. The only demand still placed on the earth child is to constantly listen inwardly. Contact must remain established between the giving Spirit of God and the receptive earth child, for one without the other would produce no spiritual results that could become the possession of the human being. The slow growth into such a regulated spiritual activity will bring about a knowledge of things that surpasses all human knowledge and whose explanation eludes general knowledge. People attach little importance to such proclamations which, in their opinion, bring little real advantage, and so they leave the many indications unused which, however, could open up new areas for them and thus also enrich earthly knowledge. Thus, researchers have focused their attention on linking the entire existence of living beings to unexplored natural laws, to which they attribute the origin of every being. It is indisputable that the laws of nature also underlie the creation of every living being, but only in the second instance, so to speak. For the eternal deity is the lawgiver in all of nature. Everything must indeed conform to the laws of nature, but these are also subject to divine will and are therefore not the direct cause of all creations, but rather these creations have come into being in a divinely ordained order, and this order is therefore what humanity understands as natural law. Ultimately, only the existing law is now recognized, but not the lawgiver from eternity. If people are to be enlightened about the errors concerning creation in particular, this is only possible in one way. Through spiritual research work, which can only be carried out accurately if the most reliable source of all knowledge is used. If the divine power itself is utilized in order to be guided into the truth. The results are truly incontrovertible. They can be used as a basis for further development work and are of such inestimable value that no earthly worldly wisdom can be equaled. What the most arduous scientific work cannot achieve can be fathomed effortlessly in this way, and what requires years of study will be conveyed to people most clearly in the shortest possible time and can be accepted as purest truth without any misgivings. But mankind does not choose this path and instead seeks to research, ponder and prove. And yet can never come to an irrefutable result, for the Lord of heaven and earth himself reserves the final fulfillment for himself. Amen.